I've used the expression mom to the max many times, and my mother would smile and respond with her usual chuckle. I wrote the expression mom to the max in many of her Mother's Day cards and birthday cards over the years. It's a fitting expression for a mother who loved me more than anything in the world and would do anything for me. I'll give you a few examples. If it wasn't for her, my dad never would have paid for my 3 incredible years at Brooks Institute in Santa Barbara. She made sure it was an integral part of the divorce agreement. Mom visited me numerous times and met many of my friends at school. My father never once visited me and left immediately after the graduation ceremony. There was no card from him and no congratulations. My mom, on the other hand, rented a limousine so the 3 of us, including Kim, could drive to each of the 3 campuses and salute a toast with champagne and a can of beer I used as a prop in my first photography class that I saved for 3 years, especially for the occasion. After that, we went to the most expensive restaurant in town and had a fabulous celebration dinner. She wanted my graduation from college to be extra special, and I can't thank her enough for that. Mom took good care of Kim and I when we were young. She worked hard at the bank, cooked all our meals, did all the grocery shopping, house cleaning, and laundry. Talk about mom to the max. She took us shopping for clothes and school supplies, took me to Cub Scouts and Kim to Brownies. She worked very hard all through her life and rarely took time out for herself. True to her giving nature, Mom also gets all the credit for planning the many family vacations we enjoyed during my childhood years and later in my adult years. She meticulously planned all of our ski trips in Colorado, our motorhome trip to White Sands, New Mexico, all of the amazing shows we enjoyed in Las Vegas, and our wonderful adventures at Epcot Center and Disney World. She planned many fun adventures in Arizona as well, including a train ride along the Verde Canyon, a visit to the Wild Animal Park, and our stay in Sedona, where we enjoyed panoramic views of multicolored rock canyons, the beautiful autumn colors, Slide Rock, and the wonderful lunch we enjoyed just steps away from Oak Creek. We enjoyed many outings around Phoenix with frequent visits to Cracker Jacks for miniature golf and arcade games, and the bowling alley where she and Zach achieved record high scores and made me look like a rank beginner. We all enjoyed going to the Arabian Horse Show in Scottsdale. Casey has always loved horses, and my mother bought her many Breyer horses and a large wooden barn to house them in. She planned trips to the Phoenix Zoo and the Science Museum with interactive exhibits for kids. When Casey and Zach were young, she would watch them while we were on vacation. I still have the birdhouses and jewelry boxes she and the kids made after visiting the arts and crafts store. Needless to say, they are very precious to me now that she's gone. I will always remember the many lovely lunches we shared together at our favorite restaurants and the beautiful outdoor patios at several of the local golf courses with spectacular views. Mom was a great cook too. I will sadly miss the Thanksgiving and Christmas dinners she prepared. She cooked everything herself and decorated the table with beautiful place settings. Everything was meticulously arranged to perfection, which was always her trademark. Everything she did, including the massive cleanup in the kitchen that followed, was out of love. She would special order banana rum cakes and treat me to our favorite restaurant, Rocco Coeur, on my birthday. It was expensive, but she always insisted on paying for dinner everywhere we ate. She was always very thoughtful with her Christmas and birthday gifts, which were always wrapped in the most beautiful wrapping paper I've ever seen, with beautiful ribbons and adornments. I always wondered where she bought her gift wrap, as it was far more beautiful than anything I've seen anywhere. They were so beautiful we hated tearing them open. Mom always wanted to make Christmas and birthdays very special for everyone. She loved me to the max and would give me anything in the world to make me happy. Mom paid for our move to Phoenix, our washer and dryer that we still use to this day, and so much more. She helped me purchase equipment over the years for my photography and video production. She always supported me in all of my business ventures and even participated in several of my video productions, including the many long days of shooting the Phoenix Lights documentary. I bought her makeup chairs and a professional makeup kit commonly used in Hollywood production. She really enjoyed working with me, and I will always cherish the memories of us working together. It was always her dream to work in the movie business, and I know I made her very proud with all of the many Phoenix Lights screenings she attended, including the famous Grauman's Chinese Theater in Hollywood, Warner Brothers Studios, the Westwood Theater, and other screenings in New York and Phoenix. Looking back, I could go on endlessly with examples of what made Mom so special to me, and why I always called her Mom to the max. One time when I was sick with the flu, she drove all the way out to my house to deliver chicken soup. I insisted I was fine, but she got emotional and cried because she was so worried about me. I cry every time I think about that. She always kissed me and hugged me tight every time we parted. I am so grateful to have had the most loving, caring, supportive, and nurturing mom anyone could ever have. When someone close to you passes away, you are overwhelmed by sadness because you are reminded of how much that person has enriched your life. There are days when I wish I could just pick up the phone and call her and share the latest news of what's going on in my life. I miss all of the conversations we had over the many years, including many bitch sessions that were like therapy for both of us. I know she is in a beautiful place that is indescribable in words, and she's reunited with Kim, Grandpa, Grandma, all of our family, and all of her pets who have returned to the spirit world. I know I will see her again someday, and she will be young and beautiful as she was when I was a boy. I would like to speak briefly about her final days. When she was diagnosed with terminal cancer, I was devastated. I'm so grateful I had the time to spend with her. I visited her as often as I could. I kissed her and held her hand every time I saw her. The time we spent together in her final days was very sacred to me. I did everything I could to make her happy. I bought her clothes and picked out matching jewelry that matched her outfits. She dressed up for me every time I came over to visit. I went shopping with her and helped her pick out furniture for her apartment. Zach helped me hang up all her paintings and put everything away. The last thing I did to set up her apartment was to assemble a cabinet for her TV. She quietly sat in the room with me during the assembly process and slept most of the time. She just wanted to be close to me. I made sure her kitchen was stocked with all her favorite foods. She really liked chips and ranch dip and mango juice. And I set up a DVD player and picked out movies and documentaries I knew she would enjoy watching. She loved Rio with all the colorful birds and uplifting music, and I found a DVD series on birds that she loved. Speaking of birds, she was very close to Angel, her beloved cockatoo, as well as Babs, Ross, and Dover. She rescued Dover, a dove she found one day in the parking lot of her apartment complex where she lived soon after her divorce. She and Angel were together almost 45 years, and it is so sad that she had to give him up to the bird store where she bought all of his toys and birdseed because she couldn't take care of him anymore. I visited him shortly after she returned from the hospital and broke into tears. He has been a part of our family since I was a teenager. He sits on an open perch among many other birds in the store. One day, his spirit will return to heaven and reunite with my mom. Shortly after I finished setting up her apartment, which looked beautiful by the way, her cognitive memory started to rapidly deteriorate, and she had trouble speaking. She would forget words and refer to them as snippets. She started to speak less and less with each visit, but she would always look at me with love in her eyes, and at times we spoke no words at all. I treasured every second I spent with her. It is so painful to watch someone you love drift away, and there's nothing you can do to stop it or fix it. Zach and I went to visit Mom 4 days before she passed away. It was the last time Zach saw her. She was in a deep sleep, and Zach spent time with her alone while I sat in the living room and spoke to the nurse, who told me, "She loves you so much. She talked about you all the time." I was planning on returning again the following Thursday, but Fran had a dentist appointment, so I went on Wednesday instead. The change in schedule turned out to be a blessing. The last time I saw her, she was in a deep sleep, and I knew it would be the last time I would see her alive. I held her hand and kissed her goodbye for the last time. It was painfully difficult for me to leave her, and I cried all the way home. Early the next morning, on Thursday, August 15th, Fran received a call from the nurse that she had passed away around 5:25 a.m. Fran woke me up and told me the sad news. I was grateful I got to see Mom on her last day, whereas I wouldn't have had I gone that Thursday as I originally planned. I believe Kim was at my mom's side to guide her safely over to heaven, and it gives me such joy to know that they've been reunited after 36 years of separation. The 2 weeks that followed were especially difficult for me. I had to go to her apartment every day to pack up all her things. She had a lot of delicate china, crystal, and glass art pieces that had to be bubble wrapped. I only had a 4-hour span of time each day to pack things up, load the car, and get on the road before the traffic got bad. Fran and I already planned a 3-day trip to LA to attend the America's Got Talent show the last week before everything had to be moved out of the apartment. The move was scheduled for the 31st, but I had to get all the small stuff out by the 30th. I was so overwhelmed with sadness and loneliness, I had to stop many times while I was packing. The apartment seemed so empty without Mom. I recognized many of the outfits she wore when we went out to dinner. I donated most of her clothes, but decided to keep some of her beautiful outfits and a couple of pairs of shoes. I couldn't bear to part with them. Going through her dishes reminded me of all the many meals she served on them whenever I visited her. Some of her dishware dates back to when we lived in Dallas. I found her cockatoo coffee cup, and now I drink my coffee out of it every morning to honor her memory. The blanket she clutched every day in her final months now sits neatly folded on my recliner chair. During the cold months, I'll cuddle with it as a way of remembering her and being close to her. I have all of her beautiful jewelry she collected over the years in her jewelry cabinet. After Mom passed, I had to make all of the final arrangements for her. The funeral home arranged a final viewing before cremation. I placed several beautiful peach-colored flowers in her hands and was surprised to see they matched the flowers on her shirt. I thanked her for being Mom to the max, the best mom a kid could ever have. With tears streaming down my face, I spoke to her for a while and thanked her for a lifetime of nurturing love. I know she was there in spirit listening. When I ran out of words to say, the moment came for me to say goodbye to her for the last time. I kissed her on her forehead, and as I approached the door to leave, I looked at her across the room and cried, "Goodbye, Mom. I love you with all my heart and soul." I left the room, and that was the last time I saw her. Gilbert Memorial is one of only a few memorial parks in the country that has glass niches, which are housed in a light and airy room with large windows that look out onto a beautiful park with a large oval reflecting pool and a black slate monument for writing messages to our loved ones. The niche room is air-conditioned, and the coded entry door allows family members to visit any time of day. The niches are like large shadow boxes that allow family members to place photos and other personal items with the urns. What a beautiful way to remember our loved ones and give others a glimpse into their lives. I bought 2 beautiful urns for Howard and my mom and placed her best photos next to them. Next to my mother's photo is a picture I took of her on the day we went to the bank. She is wearing one of her new outfits I bought for her, and I added a heart that says, "I love you, Mom." In front of that photo are the glasses she wore when I took the picture. Behind that picture is a beautiful ceramic heart that says, "Mom," and a ceramic flower bouquet from Grandma Mac's display case. There is a photo of Angel taken in 1979 when we first adopted him. I also added several crystal cockatoos and birds to show her love for birds. And finally, I added keepsakes from all their travels to New York, Los Angeles, London, Paris, and Rome. It's a beautiful display that is a fitting tribute to their lives. After I finished arranging the niche, the next thing I had to do was plan a very special memorial for her in Dallas, which was only weeks away. The memorial video I planned to create for her had to be something really special. I spent many days going through literally thousands of photos and videos. Needless to say, I was an emotional wreck, poring through all of our past memories, seeing the kids when they were young, and my mom in her younger, healthier, and happier days. I know Nancy is here with us today, and I believe she will be touched by the images, melody, and words in this video. I recorded my guitar to the track you are about to hear as a tribute to my mom, who always appreciated my music. She was one of my biggest fans, and she will forever live in my heart.
Hey, sweetie, just wanted to remind you, we have dinner tonight at Roper Current 6, and then I made something special for you. So I'm also very excited about the painting, so I'm looking for you out the window. I hope you're on your way. Love you, darling. Kisses. Bye.
I can see it in your eyes when you lie awake at night. You convince yourself you're fine, it's alright. You keep on drifting. With the drugs keeping you high, look at you falling from the sky. I keep asking myself why you stand by and keep on drifting, keep on drifting. And oh, I can feel it coming. See something